into this mindful movement Qigong routine to find your center, release worry and anxiety, and remember who you really are. We'll begin with our hands over the lower abdomen and our feet under the shoulders. Close your lips and begin breathing through the nose. Start to find slower, deeper breaths. Breathing softly and smoothly from the nose down to the lower abdomen, to this region we call the lower dantian. See, this region is an anchor for our qi, our internal energy, helping to ground the mind and emotions in a stable region of the body. This area, like the bottom of a lake, when all the choppy waters at the surface, there's still stillness and quiet at the bottom. Slow, deep breathing. Soft and smooth to the dantian. We'll begin knocking on the chest, right over the sternum, going up and down. Taking a few deep breaths in the nose and releasing them out the mouth with a sigh. Helping to release any stagnant energy from the chest, lungs, and heart here. Qigong, we use sighing and vibration to dissolve anything stuck or stagnant. Good, and then tap down the inside of one arm and up the outside. Following the flow of qi through the acupuncture meridians. It goes up the outside of the arm and down the inside. And across to the other side, breaking up any stagnation in those channels so that vital energy can flow optimally through the body. Back to the chest. Another deep breath. And a sigh. Brush it off. Lift one arm and start to slap from the armpit down to the hip, opening up the channels there, and the other side 3 times. Going to the lower back, tapping the muscles next to the spine. And slapping down the back of the legs, up the inside of the legs, again following the flow of energy through the channels. We'll just slap over the hip crease area we call the Qi in Qigong, important energy gate for the legs, and then release and feel your body. Next, we'll lift the arms up, fold forward and swing the arms, making the sound S, like the letter S as we exhale here. Then we'll inhale up, make light fists, and come down with the sound Ha and Ho on one breath. We'll repeat those second 2 sounds 3 times. Inhale the hands up, exhale Ha, ho. We use a descending tone. If you feel embarrassed, you can do it just with a whisper, like pause, feel your body again. And we'll repeat. This is called the hermit and the tide pool. We can inhale, and like we're splashing in a tide pool. sound clearing stagnant qi from the lungs. Then we do the heart and stomach. Sound, vibration, dissolving stagnant energy from those organs. Inhale one more time. Good, again, pause, feel your body. You notice a sense of lightness, clarity after the sounds. We'll do one more time, inhaling, and the lung sound. Inhaling up, heart and stomach sounds. And pause again, notice how you feel. Perhaps a sense of lightness and clarity. Another one to release stagnation is shaking. So start to bounce into the heels. Relax through the body, especially the upper body. Lower back, neck and shoulders. And here we just start to release old patterns of tension. Whether it's tension in the muscles, tension in the fascia, connective tissue matrix of the body, tension in the mind or emotions or meridians. We release all that tension. We bring movement wherever there's stagnation and turbidity. We dissolve and clear. And we help that clearing process by, again, using the sighing reflex of the body intentionally. Inhaling through the nose and out the mouth. Our body naturally sighs when it releases stress, and even naturally shakes when stress is overloading the nervous system and it needs to discharge it. And so we can use both of these reflexes in a more intentional way to help clear all forms of stress and tension from the body. Come back to the center. And here another clearing exercise, this one specifically for the heart. So any stuck emotional energy in the heart or chest area. We bring the back of the hands towards each other, draw up, making fists and squeezing them, and then releasing with a bit of vibration as we flick the fingers out to the side. We'll inhale as we're drawing up, and exhale with a quick, powerful sigh. Inhale through the rest of the motion, and exhale. Try to flick your fingers enough that you feel some vibration in the bones of the hands. Consider the palms of the hands as connecting to the heart in Qi Gong. We're constantly expressing the heart through the hands, whether it's a handshake, a high five, a hug, or a healing touch. And so we can use that connection of the hands to the heart to help work with that energy. Moving into our next exercise, called crossing the wrist gates. You press the palms down, then cross the wrists about where you would wear your watch, so not on the wrist joint itself, but slightly up the forearm from there. Then press the palms down towards the earth, exhaling. Inhale through the nose as you cross the wrist, drawing up, separating in front of the chest, and exhale also through the nose as you're pressing down. Here we cross two acupoints, one on the inside of the wrist, one on the outside, called the inner and outer frontier gates. These control the flow of qi to the outside of the body, and particularly around the outside of the heart, helping to protect us emotionally so we're not being pushed and pulled by social situations or romantic or anything that would tug on the energy of the heart in an imbalanced way. So we strengthen that field of energy around the heart and around the emotional body. We strengthen the fortifications around the frontier. Slow, deep breathing. And then we'll hold, crossing those points over each other. Each point is about 3 fingers down from the crease of the wrist. The points aren't touching. The wrists aren't touching. They're connected energetically. As you continue practicing, you might feel that connection more and more like a magnetic force. Here, drop your tailbone and float the crown of your head towards the sky. Feel yourself plugged into the earth, through the tailbone and the feet, plugged into the sky through the crown of the head. You can intend that the frontier gate points crossed over each other is charging up the field of protective energy around you. Separating, press down. Palms about hip level, a little wider than the shoulders, facing the earth. Continue to drop the tail and float the crown, lengthening the spine. Feel the palms of your hands spread, fingers and toes spread, connecting to the earth below you. Feeling the body charge up with energy and power from the earth. Watch your breath natural here through the nose. And fill your body with your mind with awareness. Finding mindfulness. Body full of mind. Bring the palms face towards each other and float out. Palms turn face up and spiral in. This one's called Embrace the Wind, Caress the Moon. Moving up the center line, unfolding forward. And draw up to the solar plexus. From there, release, float the hands forward and up. And then turn the fingertips in towards the mid-eye, the point between the eyebrows. Elbows float out, fingers point towards each other, and we press down. From there, it presses out. Palms turn up. Here's where we embrace the wind, a spiraling energy, gathering energy. Back of the hands towards each other, draw up the center line, unfold forward, and then gather up to the solar plexus. We sometimes call the earth center in Qigong. Here you can imagine you're breathing golden light like a golden sun or a warm flame into this center, strengthening the digestive fire, strengthening the center within us, a place of inner knowing. And float the hands forward and gather again to the mid-eye. Imagining here a full moon in front of you, and like you're gathering the cool silvery moonlight into the mid-eye. Point between the eyebrows, bringing focus and calm and clarity to the mind. And press down, rising above murky waters, rising above the worry and overthinking of the mind. You press out to the sides and repeat, spiraling in, coming around and up the center line. And this one you can just breathe natural through the nose. Gathering to the solar plexus, bringing that yang, that fire, that golden light. And rising up, bringing the cool yin of the moon, calming the mind. And rising above murky waters, here we link the breath, taking an inhale, like our lungs make us buoyant to float above murky water. And you can exhale and continue to breathe naturally. A little more elaborate flow. Might take you a few times to get it. Up to solar plexus, solar energy. Up to the mid-eye, lunar energy. Balancing our yin and yang. Power and vitality in the body. Calm and clarity in the mind. Natural breathing, body full of mind. Moving slowly. Staying with the movement the whole time with the mind. And then bring the palms face up, one over the other, touching the tips of the thumbs. Whichever hand lands on top and feels natural is fine. It's called the monk holding the pearl. Here you can sink your tailbone again and float your crown, finding a long spine. Breathing through the nose entirely. Slowly, deeply, and softly to the lower abdomen. Sink your mind into the lower dantian, like a stone sinking to the bottom of a lake. Relaxed awareness, not forceful. Calmly watching the breath as it sinks to the dantian. Gradually the mind and the qi also sink and gather in this place of power and calm. Motion to gather our energy, helping it to sink to the center and draw inwards from the extremities. We inhale as we reach out, gathering, and exhale as we draw down, sinking. You can intend that anywhere that you've scattered your energy, scattered your attention or power, perhaps to bad habits or addictions, perhaps to screens, perhaps to people. Anywhere you've given power, energy, or attention, places that aren't in your highest service. Bring that energy back to the center of your being, back to who you truly are. Stay with your breath, stay with your body. Gathering and centering. And again, holding the pearl. Mind and breath in the lower dantian. Slowly step one foot in and fold the hands over the lower abdomen. And start to allow yourself to rock and sway like a tree in the wind. You're allowing yourself fully into a space of yin, of relaxation and surrender. We relax through the body, allowing a swaying motion to travel through us. Feeling the muscles melt towards the earth, and the bones float towards the sky. as though it no longer takes effort to remain upright. You're just allowing the vital energy, the Qi, to travel through the system. We'll step it out and gather the Qi through the internal organs and into the lower dantian, the reservoir of vitality, by circling the belly, ideally clockwise, using that friction to bring attention into this region, spiraling in towards the lower dantian, pausing there. And folding the hands in a prayer, touching the knuckles of the thumbs to the sternum. Just noticing that calm and quiet in the mind, that peace and resilience in the body. And using this space as an opportunity to connect to our highest self, our highest nature, perhaps even a higher power. Whatever is meaningful to you, use this moment to connect. Whenever you're ready, release with a sigh and enjoy that energy you've cultivated. I hope you've enjoyed this routine and enjoyed the scenery of the Scottish Highlands sunset and the Isle of Skye. If you enjoyed this video, you can help pass it along. Perhaps hit the like button, leave a comment, maybe even share it on social media or with a friend who you think would like it. And of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you see more of this content. And if you feel like going deeper for your own knowledge and practice, or you feel called to share with others, my teacher training program is a great way to dive deeper, gather more knowledge and tools and skills. The next one starts September 30th, 2023, but I run them 2 to 3 times a year online. So if you're watching this video at a later date, you can check my website, nicklawfrey.com, to find the next training.